Okay, I don't know. I'm going to stop the intro music. You have to bear with me. This is my first show entitled, Yay, Poetic Thought Begins, because this is my first try on Blog Talk Radio, and it's nice to be broadcasting. I just wanted to try this out, see what happens. My name is Dan, and I'm a poet and an artist, and I have a whole life story, but maybe we can get into that later. I invite you to call into the show. I'll be on for the next little bit less than a half hour. You have to call in. The number to call in is 714-409-0562. And basically, I just want to share some thoughts. Hopefully, you'll find them inspiring, maybe motivating. Maybe you'll be so inspired and motivated that you won't listen to the rest of the show because you'll run off and do something in your own life that's important to you, which is fine with me. Because I think it's all about inspiring and motivating and just being there to encourage each other. So let's see. To describe what this show will be about, I picked up a copy of the Tao Te Ching at the library today, and as I flipped through the pages here, so I can get to the first verse, let's see, there's a title page, so I think I'm getting close. The Tao that can be told is not the eternal Tao. The name that cannot be named is not the eternal name. So, if we're looking at it from that aspect, I would say that if I try to describe this, of what I'm doing, it's not basically the eternity that I want to focus on. I have to confess, I did say a little bit of a prayer before I started, just that possibility of the universe or love or God working through me to make this a good show. And I guess, let's see. Well, I did upload some sound files, so I guess I could start. Well, maybe I'll wait for a little bit. Maybe I'll wait until about 5 minutes from now. But I want to play a poem that I recorded called Where I Am Now. It's about 38 seconds. And I'm compiling a book of poems. It's called Eternal Connection, Dimensional Word Selection. It'll probably have about 240 poems in it. And I'm looking for a publisher. And so we'll see how that goes. But I'm a firm believer. It's just I try and fall down, and I'll try again. But it's something I really want to get out to the people to possibly encourage them or to entertain them. It's all kinds of things are possible with that. So I do artwork. I paint artwork. Basically, I'm looking at some paintings on the walls in my apartment. It is basically abstract or radial or symmetric. With acrylic paint, and they vary in size, but I'm hoping to get my website up. I did have a website, poeticthought.com, that would be a way to share all this information with you and the artwork that I've done and audios and videos that I've put on YouTube and other things like that. So I'm basically just going down the list of things to say, and you're welcome to call in. Again, the number is 714-409-0562. Okay, so let's see, I have about 5 minutes until I want to play the poem, Where I Am Now, and then I have another one, Interwoven Connection, that I'll play a little bit later after that. Let's see, so some of the things that are fascinating to me. Let's see, I like to read. I like to listen to any kind of audio or video that makes me think about life or I can learn about different aspects of life. I was recently talking to my sister on the phone, and I was explaining to her that I'm thankful for the structure of the floor. Not basically that it is made up of molecules and subatomic particles and all that good stuff, but that it does have a characteristic trait to it that gravity doesn't have the effect that I just fall right through the floor, because that wouldn't be necessarily a good thing. Let's see, what else? I like technology, and let's see, what could I say about technology? Well, if you think about a computer like a desk, and the file drawers of the desk, you're sitting at the desk, This is like a metaphor, basically. And if you and the desk are the computer and how it works, then you would be the processor. You would be the ghost in the machine, so to speak, making things calculate and work from one to the other. The storage would be the file drawers of the desk where you could store the files. And then if you take the file out of the storage or the hard drive memory, then you would put that up onto the desktop, and the desktop would have the random access memory, which is in a computer where it's processed with the person at the desk or the processor. Where I'm going with this, I have no idea. I'm just sort of like, I like to ramble a little bit and just broadcast on this radio program, just random thoughts. As you can tell, I might be a slight bit nervous, but that's okay. I have 23 minutes to sort of figure out what's going on. How about we try to play one of these audios now of Where I Am Now. This is a poem that I wrote a few years ago. It was in a small book of poems called Moment in Motion, something Poetic Progression. I can't remember what exactly it was, but anyway, and then the audio, and also the intro music, which is what was in the background of the start of the show, is also in the background of this poem, which was done by a neighbor of mine who's very talented. Okay, I'm going to press the button now and see what happens.
Where I am now. A moment in time, I picked up this book. It is now a memory. I can take a look. What will happen turning this page? If you count the hours, what is your age? Can you visualize what will happen next? Will you decide to read the rest of this text? We are in the now, this constant blessing, constant change is awake while resting. I feel that it is a beautiful thing. What will this moment continue to bring? I'll choose how the moments will go because of what I believe and know. Enjoy this time, play with reality. This moment moves with immortality.
Okay, that was a poem I wrote called Where I Am Now. Again, I'm live on air at the moment, and if you want to call in and talk, have any questions or comments, any feedback, the number is 714-409-0562. Again, please feel free to call in. It's 714-409-0562. As far as what I'm doing, whether you're listening to this or you want to call in or whatever, I have to take responsibility for my actions, so that's going to be taking a deep breath and just letting what naturally comes through, the flow of life, to just move me and the words that I say. I like to do something which is not beneficial for me, which is to think that if it's up to me, then I can do it. Because that just gets me into all kinds of trouble. I picked up a book, or I got a book for a Christmas gift called A Course in Miracles. Very interesting book about the ego and how that works counter to the spiritual lessons of, not necessarily lessons, let's see, the spiritual purity of love, of God, of unity, all that good stuff, and how the ego separates it and thinks that it can do things on its own without the help of a higher power, God, love, the universe. And basically it can. I mean, it can have that illusion and that delusion of feeling like it has control. Yet, if I let go of that and just let things naturally happen, I think that's the best way to go and approach things. Let's see, other topics. I just listed a bunch of keywords when I entered in the show. You go with science or philosophy. I didn't write any notes. I'm kind of just going from the seat of my pants, even though I'm standing up. I don't know if that, I'm not sitting down. And we already established the fact about gravity. So basically, philosophy was something I mentioned. Philosophy is very interesting to me. There's some Greek philosophy. I'm not sure who proposed the question, but there is a question of if a person can step into the same river twice. Now, basically, there's two ways of looking at this. Of course, you could say, well, yeah, they could step in the same river twice. They just put their foot in and pull it out, and then put their foot in the river again. But that would only be if they named the river. And if they do name the river, then it's possible to step in the same river twice because it's an identified conceptual way of doing things. But if you sort of let things flow and you somebody's calling in. This is awesome. Please call in. If you don't name the river, basically, then you look at the water molecules that are consistently passing by. They're always reforming. They're moving through. No matter what you do or how hard you try, you could never step into the same configuration of H2O, two hydrogen atoms and an oxygen atom combined together to form that wonderful thing we call water. Our body is made up of water. Isn't that fun? The oceans in the world are very helpful as far as keeping life going on the planet, keeping me going on the planet. I have to figure out what I'm going to say. So I will throw out the number here, not necessarily throw it out, but just sort of like voice it to you that you can call in if you want to. I'd probably freak out. I'd probably freak out if somebody actually called, but that would be fun too. The number is 714-409-0562. There's a good 17 minutes left in the program. So, what was I saying? I was talking about water. Okay, let's see. The water that we are made of, and metaphorically, if we are a wave, we are all waves of an ocean, and a drop of water is of the ocean. And I don't know where I'm going with this. So it's very interesting to talk and broadcast for a half hour and to just let the words flow. If there's any kind of structure to this conversation between me and any kind of person listening, that would be great. And I hope you find this entertaining. I think it's kind of entertaining that I would just take the risk or the chance to broadcast something to the point that without making any notes, which is fun because okay, I think I should take a deep breath. Now let's see. I'm going to play another poem. This one is called Interwoven Connection.
Interwoven connection. As we move through life and grow, there is an interwoven connection we all know. If everything at once was shown, would I consider myself to be alone? There is something to look forward to, like the next time I will see you. There are many times that I wonder what you are thinking and what you ponder. The times we talk, there are usually few words, conversational music like the singing of birds. I would like our relationship to grow fonder. I found myself thinking of you as I wander. Many thoughts are hidden in my mind, to be revealed at a later time.
Okay, that was Interwoven Connection, which is taken from a book of poems that I wrote called Scenario of Observation, Through Many Situations is the subtitle. And just because I haven't heard from anybody calling in, I'm going to browse some files on my computer, my laptop, and possibly, let's see, this will be a nice one because I'm going to upload a file here to play on the show called Our Journey. And yeah, while that's uploading, I will tell you a little bit about Our Journey. Our Journey is a poem that I wrote to sort of encourage people on the path that we're all taking, just one step at a time. And as things move along nicely, at a nice, slow, relaxed pace, and things unfold naturally, and everything's good. So, I don't know if this is uploaded yet. Nope, it's processing it. If you want to call in, once again, it would be awesome if somebody called in. I think that would be very interesting. 714-409-0562. Again, the number to call in is 714-409-0562. Okay, now, been listening to some teaching about now, which is the present moment. Kind of interesting to think that it's all happening right now. Every experience that we go through or that we've been through has happened in the present moment. And the thoughts that we are thinking are basically processing in our mind, but it's ultimately all happening now, which is kind of common sense. And common sense would probably be to not schedule a radio program and not have any notes to talk for a half hour, because I currently have 13 more minutes to try to figure out what to say. Maybe I should have made this a 15-minute segment. And this is really stretching me to figure out what to talk about. I would say that life is good, and whoever's out there, if you're going through a good time, I'm happy to hear that. And if you're struggling a little bit, I'm sorry to hear that. But things can get better, and they will. And thoughts are just merely that; they're just thoughts. And I find when my thoughts go a little bit wild and crazy and very fast-paced, that I just take a deep breath and let them settle down like a snow globe or like a muddy puddle. Then clarity arrives, and things just sort of go with the flow of life, and it's pretty good like that. Unfortunately, it's still processing this audio file of our journey. So maybe I'll play one of the other ones that I played earlier, just to see, just to give you another example of the type of poetry that I do write. I just wanted to broadcast this. Thought it was a good idea at the time. And it is. This is something new, and I'm growing from this experience because it's something new to try. And let's see. I think now I have 11 minutes. It's like a countdown to the new year, and the new year is basically when the show ends. So I don't know. That'll be a new show that you'll listen to. The show of our life, us as actors and actresses, just on one big stage, and as we go through, I just had an epiphany that I'm broadcasting live to anybody in the world who wants to listen to this, that has a computer, that would actually tune in to listen to what I feel is poetic thought. Again, that's very subjective and up to perspective and perception, but through paradigm shifts, we may or may not see things in a different way. Just sort of rotate them to the left, rotate them to the right, view our surroundings so we don't get completely lost. Okay. Our journey is still processing. That's kind of metaphorical and poetic in itself. I'm going to, let's see. I think I'm going to play, I know this is what I'm going to do now. Where I Am Now, which will be a poem that I played at the beginning of the show, I'm just going to play it again, and I'm learning from this, and hopefully my shows will get more structured, or I'll have somebody call in. If you want to call in, there's 9 minutes and 36 seconds left to have a nice little conversation. The guest call-in is 714-409-0562. Again, if you want to call in, that's 714-409-0562. Okay, here's Where I Am Now, a poem that I wrote, and I'm going to play it again.
Where I am now. A moment in time, I picked up this book. It is now a memory, I can take a look. What will happen turning this page? If you count the hours, what is your age? Can you visualize what will happen next? Will you decide to read the rest of this text? We are in the now, this constant blessing, constant change is awake while resting. I feel that it is a beautiful thing. What will this moment continue to bring? I'll choose how the moments will go because of what I believe and know. Enjoy this time, play with reality. This moment moves with immortality.
Yes, this present moment, it moves with immortality. And right now, this moment is changing form, and it's moving more towards the end of the show. There's about 9 minutes left. And I guess that if I was to sit down, and I don't see anybody calling yet, maybe I should stand up. That would have an effect on it. Let's see. Well, yeah. Basically, anything that doesn't change and that is consistent is the only thing that's real. What isn't real is the things that change in form. Basically, each word that comes out of my mouth, as hard as I am trying to present a entertaining and hopefully encouraging show, it would be something that just gets put out there and it changes form and dissipates into memories and all kinds of good stuff. So I think that I have 7 minutes and 15 seconds left, and if you want to call in, it's 714-409-0562. This is kind of interesting. I think I'm going to actually come up with an outline of things to talk about, because I figured I'd just call in on my cell phone and see what I could talk about. But a half hour is a very long time when you're put into a wonderful situation of being able to broadcast, yet it could be a situation where you just don't know what to say. It's kind of like when you walk up to a person, and you say, "Hi, how you doing?" And they say, "Oh, I'm doing good. How are you?" And say, "Okay, I'm good." And then sort of smile and both go separate ways. That whole situation takes about 12 seconds. Now, let's just go with 15 seconds. 15 second segments, there's 4 of them in a minute. 4, 30. So that would be 120 times that happens, that I could replay that in my mind to do a half-hour radio program. But unfortunately, I think what I'm learning from this experience is that in the next 5 minutes and 51 seconds, I'm going to try to be original with the introduction of, "Hi, how you doing?" And I think it's going to be pretty funny when I listen back to this. So anyway, 5 minutes. I could still get in the call. Let's see. It's if you want to call in the radio program, it's 714-409-0562. And I'll play the other poem, the other poetry that I wrote, Interwoven Connection. I'll play that again, just because, give me a good 38 seconds to collect myself, whatever that means. Okay, here's Interwoven Connection.
Interwoven connection. As we move through life and grow, there is an interwoven connection we all know. If everything at once was shown, would I consider myself to be alone? There is something to look forward to, like the next time I will see you. There are many times that I wonder what you are thinking and what you ponder. The times we talk, there are usually few words, conversational music like the singing of birds. I would like our relationship to grow fonder. I found myself thinking of you as I wander. Many thoughts are hidden in my mind, to be revealed at a later time.
Okay, that's that. Let's see. Basically my mind is clear, which clarity is good, although a topic of conversation with you, the listener, and me, the speaker, or if you call in, then it would be the two of us. But, so it's interesting to know that I'm standing next to my house plant, and it's a very nice house plant. It's very healthy, very green. It changes carbon dioxide into oxygen, which is helpful because I like to breathe. And so if I was to continue to breathe, I will breathe my way through the next 3 minutes and 20 seconds of the show. And I will say thank you very much for listening, if you did listen to any part of this. And I look forward to improving my talk radio skills and maybe promoting it a little bit more so people can call in. I think that would be wonderful. I may. See, this is the thing about being indecisive. If I make a choice that I will broadcast again, then that's something that I'll do. But if I'm indecisive, then I may find what I don't want to do or what I do want to do won't be defined unless I take an action towards that. So that's just food for thought, too. Let's see, about 2 minutes, 30 seconds. If you want to call in and just say hi in the next 2 minutes, 714-409-0562. Again, that's 714-409-0562. Okay. Oftentimes when I say goodbye to somebody, which the show is ending soon, or wrapping up, I would say, parting is such sweet sorrow, which is a line from Shakespeare. Or sometimes when I say goodbye to somebody, it's, it's time to let go and let God. So we basically just go our separate ways and live life, but know that there is still a connection between all of us in some very spiritual sense. And either that or those are the two things that I often say to people when I say goodbye or see you later or talk to you later. Let's see. To fulfill my half hour, I still have 1 minute and 22 seconds. So basically, I'm just trying to get through this radio broadcast, which is with as much style and grace as possible, for being unprepared. But I thought it would be fun, and I signed up for doing the show a half hour before it started. Figured I'd call in. It'll be easy. Okay. Well, I've learned an experience, and it was kind of easy and it was kind of fun. It's always fun to talk to other people. Okay, so I think that I just got a call, or somebody said something that said it was 90 seconds ago. Maybe there's actually somebody listening to this, and I hope they enjoyed it. I hope it's nice to hear another person's voice, and I wish you all the best. So there's about 30 seconds or so left, but we'll see. Okay, so it just told me 60 seconds, so I'll try to figure this out, and maybe my shows will become a little bit more smoothly processed in the unfolding of the display that I give to the listener and all that good stuff. So, all right, well, take care, everybody, and I'll talk to you later maybe or something like that.